Today we see Thanksgiving as a time for turkey family football. It is a day of abundance and warmth, celebrated across the nation. We gather in cozy homes surrounded by loved ones, our tables piled high with food. The air is filled with laughter, the delicious smells of roasting turkey and sweet pies. This is the Thanksgiving we know and cherish today. It feels like it has always been this way, a constant in our lives, a marker of the changing seasons and a time for deep gratitude. But let's, travel back in time. Imagine the year 1861. The country was tearing itself apart. The Civil War had just begun. Fear was everywhere. In Wheeling, a new government was forming, loyal to the Union. This was the restored government of Virginia, the body that would lead to West Virginia's statehood. Its governor, Francis H. Pierpont, felt the weight of the times. He saw the need for hope and for a moment of peace. He wanted to give the people a day to pause and reflect on their blessings, even in a world filled with uncertainty and conflict. In the middle of this turmoil, Governor Pierpont did something remarkable. He issued a proclamation. He called for a day of Thanksgiving to be held on Thursday, November 28, 1861. He asked the people to give thanks for their harvests, their safety, and the hope of a restored nation. It was a courageous act of faith in a dark time. This was not a national holiday yet. It was a regional call to gratitude, a beacon of light shining from the hills of what would soon become West Virginia. It was a moment to find something good in a world that felt so broken. This Wheeling Proclamation is a special part of the state's history. It came 2 full years before President Abraham Lincoln declared a national Thanksgiving Day in 1863. While other states and colonies had their own Thanksgiving traditions, Pierpont's declaration was unique. It was born from the specific struggle for Union loyalty in a divided Virginia. It was a statement of identity and hope for the people in the western counties. It shows that the spirit of giving thanks was already deeply woven into the fabric of this region, long before it became an official state or a national celebration. Long before any official proclamations, the spirit of Thanksgiving was alive in the mountains. Early settlers in these rugged hills knew how to be thankful. They lived by the rhythm of the land, the seasons. Their lives were hard. Every harvest was a victory. They were farmers, they were hunters, they were foragers, relying on what the earth provided when the crops were gathered. And food was stored for winter relief, and gratitude washed over them. They had enough to survive the cold months. This was the truest form of Thanksgiving. These feasts were simple and heartfelt. No fancy grocery stores. Everything came from the surrounding forests and from small family farms. Families, neighbors came together to share. A wild turkey might be the centerpiece, or venison, corn, squash, beans, root vegetables dug from the soil, potatoes, turnips, roasted over the fire. A celebration of survival, a shared meal that strengthened community bonds, small isolated communities scattered through the hills' hollows. The land shaped these traditions. The mountains provided and challenged. Plentiful game, wild berries, fertile valley soil, but also harsh winters, deep isolation. A bountiful harvest felt like a gift from God. A culture of thankfulness was passed down. Children learned every meal was a blessing, sharing was a sacred duty. Hospitality was central. Nearest neighbor might be miles away. Visitors were always welcome. Families opened their doors to anyone who passed by. Sharing food built community and trust. We are all in this together, making room at the table for one more person, a kindness born from shared hardship. Fast forward to today, and that same spirit of warmth fills homes all across West Virginia on Thanksgiving Day. Families travel from near and far to be together. Cars line the driveways and houses buzz with the happy noise of reunion. Grandparents hold new babies, cousins catch up on a year's worth of news, stories from the past are told again and again. The day is less about a formal schedule and more about simply being together. Guests often stay for hours, long after the meal is done, sharing laughter and creating new memories that will be cherished for years to come. The Thanksgiving table in West Virginia is a beautiful sight, a testament to both national tradition and regional pride. At the center, you will almost always find a magnificent roasted turkey, golden brown and glistening. But surrounding it are the dishes that tell the story of the state's culinary heritage. These are the foods that connect the present to the past, the recipes passed down from grandmothers and great-grandmothers. Each dish has its own history, its own place in the family's heart. The meal is a feast for the stomach, but it is also a feast for the soul, rich with memory and meaning. Among the most beloved regional dishes is cornbread. You will find it in many forms, but a savory cornbread dressing or stuffing is a must-have at most tables. It is made with simple, honest ingredients, just as it was generations ago. Another essential side dish is a pot of slow-simmered collard greens, often seasoned with a bit of smoked ham or bacon. This dish speaks to the state's southern roots and adds a deep, earthy flavor to the meal. These greens are more than just food. They are a taste of history, a connection to the agricultural past of the region. And no West Virginia Thanksgiving would be complete without dessert. While pumpkin pie is popular everywhere, sweet potato pie holds a special place in the hearts of many families here. It is creamy, spiced, and comforting. The combination of these foods, the classic turkey alongside the regional favorites, creates a meal that is uniquely West Virginian. It is a delicious blend of history, culture, and family love, all served up on one plate. Every bite is a reminder of where you come from and the people you share it with. Thanksgiving in West Virginia extends far beyond the family dinner table. The week of the holiday is filled with events that bring entire communities together. In many towns, you can feel the festive spirit in the air. Some larger cities and even smaller towns host parades, local high school bands marching proudly, community groups showing off festive floats. These events are a joyful public expression of the season's gratitude. They're a chance for neighbors to gather, to wave to one another, to celebrate the place they call home. Churches play a central role in the state's Thanksgiving observance. Many hold special services on Thanksgiving morning or the evening before. Congregations come together to sing hymns, to pray, to give thanks for their blessings. Services offer a quiet, reflective space to connect with faith and to focus on the deeper meaning of the holiday. Pastors speak of gratitude, generosity, and caring for one another. These gatherings reinforce the spiritual foundations of the day, reminding everyone that thankfulness is an act of the heart year-round. Mountain hospitality shines brightest in how communities care for their own. Across the state, community centers, schools, volunteer groups organize free Thanksgiving dinners. Meals are for anyone who might be alone, for families struggling to make ends meet, for elderly residents who can no longer cook. Volunteers spend hours preparing and serving food, creating a warm, welcoming atmosphere for all. A beautiful belief that everyone deserves a seat at the table and a day filled with warmth and fellowship. This strong sense of community makes Thanksgiving in West Virginia special. In small towns, neighbors share dishes, a potluck stretching across a block. People check in on one another, making sure everyone has what they need. Local businesses might donate turkeys, schools run food drives to stock local pantries. Not grand gestures, but small, consistent acts of kindness. The living expression of the state's values, a reminder that communities are strongest when people take care of each other with open hearts. The story of Thanksgiving in this beautiful state is a powerful story of identity. It begins with that bold proclamation in 1861, issued by the restored government of Virginia in Wheeling. It was an act of defiance and hope, a declaration of values made in a time of deep national division. That government, which stood firmly with the Union, laid the groundwork for the birth of West Virginia as its own state in 1863. The idea of setting aside a day to give thanks was part of its founding character. This tradition grew from the private feasts of early settlers into a public expression of the state's spirit. Food is the thread that keeps this history alive. The taste of cornbread dressing, the aroma of collard greens, the sweetness of sweet potato pie. They are carriers of memory. Recipes are precious heirlooms, passed from one generation to the next. The act of teaching a child how to mix the batter or season the greens is an act of passing down history. In kitchens all across the state, as hands work together, stories are told. Grandparents share tales of lean years and bountiful harvests, reminding the younger generation of the true meaning of gratitude and resilience. This deep-seated hospitality does so much more than just fill an empty plate. It builds bridges and strengthens the very fabric of society. When a family opens its door to friends, neighbors, and even strangers, They are demonstrating what truly matters. In many communities, a church potluck or a civic group's dinner can feed hundreds. Volunteers bring hot meals to the elderly and homebound. These simple, powerful acts of service transform Thanksgiving from a single day of feasting into a living, breathing expression of kindness and human connection that ripples outward. In the end, Thanksgiving in West Virginia is about something much bigger than one day or one meal. It is a reflection of a way of life. It is about looking at the beautiful mountains that surround you and feeling a deep sense of thanks. It is about honoring the people, past and present, who make this place home. It is about the simple, profound act of sharing a table, a story, and a piece of your heart. From Governor Pierpont's historic call for gratitude, this is the true and lasting gift of Thanksgiving in the Mountain State. Gentle breath, softly. Thank you.